Tonight on Live with Cordone and Kilgore. Host of the podcast HIListically Speaking, holistic health coach Hilary Russo joins us for a chat and to teach us some ways we can all be a little kinder to ourselves in these times. Right now on Live with Cordone and Kilgore.
Hello.
Hey, to you.
Yeah. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Live with Cordone and Kilgore. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalie Cordone.
And I am Sean Kilgore. Today is Monday, February 8th. It is the day after my dad's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad.
Cheers,
Hope
Dad.
you had a great day. Cheers to you.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Last week we were joining you the day after Natalie's birthday. This week we're joining you the day after my dad's birthday. Whose birthday will it be next week? Who knows? We'll find out.
It will be Valentine's Day. The day
before.
That
is
so it's Cupid's birthday.
Is that
right?
Is that what it is? Is that what Valentine's Day is?
It is. Yeah,
Is it?
right?
I don't know. We'll have to look it up. All right. So we are streaming to you live simultaneously to the Cordone and Kilgore Facebook and YouTube pages, all happening through the magic that is StreamYard. If you are joining us on Facebook, we invite you to invite your friends to come along for the ride with us tonight by sharing the post there, the stream. And remember, you can always go to our Facebook page to get a reminder for each week's show. Generally, there'll be a post there about it. You can click that get reminder, and then you'll get reminded every time we're getting ready to do a show. And if you haven't already done so, while you're there, go ahead and click that little thumbs up and like the Cordone and Kilgore page. That's going to keep you the most up to date with what we got going on, right?
Yeah. So if you're joining us on YouTube, please like and subscribe to our channel, Cordone and Kilgore. And everybody, please feel free to comment. We see that there are comments coming in right now. So Dad is already saying thank you for the happy birthday notes. So you know that those are coming to us live. So we want you to ask questions. Let us know what you're thinking. And we promise that we will do our best to respond to as many of you as possible. Now, we'd like to thank a few people who have already purchased their tickets to our brand new Hooray for Love show online. So for those of you that don't know, for the very first time this year, we are presenting our hit Valentine's Day show, Hooray for Love, right on the web. So if you would like to join us on there, it's really easy. All you're going to have to do is visit cordoneandkilgore.com. That's right, cordoneandkilgore.com. Hit the donate button. It's red right on the front page. There's a minimum donation of $20.21 to celebrate love in 2021. Then be sure to enter your best email address. This is the one that you'll want us to email you back at. Then from there, we're going to send you an email that has the link, the live YouTube link, so you can see the entire show. And if you have any questions, you can just email us at cordonekilgorelive@gmail.com. We promise that we answer all of the emails ourselves. You will hear back from me most likely. So if you have any questions, just let us know.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? I don't answer emails?
I'm kind of trying to say you don't even answer my emails. So really.
I was like, wait a minute.
So we want to thank a couple of people who've already donated. You've had some really generous donations. So among them were Pat White, Orion Klein, Sharon Wizard, Betty Joseph, Eileen Wilson. And then we have a few anonymous donors and some family and friends. So thank you guys to everybody who watches the show every week. We're so grateful for you donating right there on the website. So
Awesome.
thank you for coming to see us for the first and only time to watch our Valentine's Day show, Hooray for Love Online this year. And we're excited to be with you here today.
We are. Let's say hi to some folks. We have Mama Wilson joining us
Yeah,
there.
thanks for your donation.
Your mama. Yeah.
Yeah,
Welcome.
thanks, Mama.
We have somebody joining us on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Emma joining us on YouTube. Thanks for being here. My sister is here. Hey, sisters. My mom. Of course, Brittany is here. Faith is joining us this evening. Good. Hi, Faith. How you doing?
Hey, Faith and Don. We appreciate you.
Hey, Brian's wife's birthday is tomorrow. How about that? We're booking.
I agree with you, Brian. That's a very smart way to put your wife's age out there to the masses.
Wait, maybe I should take some lessons. Mm-hmm. We have some great people joining us. We had Kathy Overchuck joining us.
Oh, hey, Kathy. We're so glad you're here.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. And Eileen already watched the Hooray for Love video and said she loved it. So we appreciate it.
Very nice.
Yeah,
very cool.
A lot to us. And we've got a couple of top fans that are here today. So that's awesome. We're so glad that you're here. Dawn Giacchetti. Am I saying that right?
Yes, that's my friend Dawn. Yes, yeah.
She's a top fan. She's here tonight. So awesome.
Awesome.
Hi, you guys. We're so glad that you're
cool.
So we are in the week before Valentine's Day, which is always kind of a trepidatious point for the fellas around. I have to say that you should go out and get your flowers now. Like, just go get them. It's never a bad idea. Flowers never disappoint, but you don't need to pay $900 for them either. You could just show up next week. Next week wouldn't do. Maybe in like July, just start doing it. And then you just turn
as a surprise. What about chocolate? Do you like chocolate? Is chocolate good?
Chocolate
still good? Always a good standby?
Yeah. Chocolate, wine, never a bad thing.
Wine is always a good thing.
Jewelry. Right. Jewelry wins every time. For a bling gal like myself, we have so Sandy and Denny Horzak, who are fans of ours, who were the very first people to donate to Hooray for Love. She has always called herself my bling sister because she and I bonded over how much like sparkle we could bring out into the world and on stage. So every time I have a new necklace, because I like to change my jewelry and stuff during the show, she always comments on it, and we always share like where we're getting our stuff from. So Denny, if you're out there, whatever jewelry you bought, tops. Good for you. Good for you.
We're very excited to be able to bring you guys a little bit of fun and lightheartedness on Monday nights here. We do definitely miss performing live, though. We can't wait to get back on stage and actually do a show with the band and to be out there again. But one of the best things about doing live shows are those moments when things sometimes go wrong.
That never happens. What are you talking about?
We've had some of those.
We've had a couple.
Yeah. Do you want to watch one? I brought one if you want to take a look at it.
If you would like to show it, I can't imagine what went wrong, but yes, I would love to see what I was there.
Here we go. So you were there. You were there. You were there, and you were Cher.
Oh, you have to. It's a great segue. Head
Thank you.
Do it.
Here it is. That was so
Oh my
funny.
God, Brian wins for best comment. I got clued, babe. That's hysterical.
We could have never planned that. I mean, it would never
No.
happen again. That was such a great moment.
And
I
it never
loved it.
happened in rehearsal. It never
Never.
does.
I don't
Never.
know if we ever actually put the mustache on in rehearsal. I think I might have like saved it
I
to the
think
show
maybe we
day.
should have.
But I'm glad we didn't. I'm glad we didn't.
No, we didn't. But so that plus we've had quite a few times when we have just lost it on stage. My favorite time losing it on stage with you though was in I Love My Wife. I don't think there's video of this. I don't think it happened, but we did a show called I Love My Wife where it's these two couples who decide in the 70s that they want to try being swingers. It does not go well. They don't actually, nothing happens. But they're in a bed, the four of them at one point with this banana cream pie. And I swear to you, I don't know that I've ever laughed that hard. It was in front of a full audience of people. And this banana cream pie just kept going everywhere and you just kept eating it. And you were brilliant. I couldn't stop laughing. So I have to say
that was a good one. I wish there was video of that. That would be great.
Me too. Some of my best times in my whole life have been spent with you on stage. So I'm
likewise. So many of you know that Natalie and I both have many aspects to our work lives. Not only do we do the things that we do together, but we both do many things outside of this. And what we want to talk about a little bit here is one of the things that Natalie has going also in addition to this, the company that she runs with one of her other work husbands. I guess that makes him my brother husband. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Like sister wife, brother husband.
Yeah, I love it. Yep.
So my brother husband and Central Florida treasure. Yeah. Kevin Kelly. He'll come on the show. He's really busy right now. What's he up to right now?
He's in the middle of a million things like Kevin always is. Yeah.
That's cool. So, but he'll join us at some point, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
But so Kevin and Natalie have a company called The Connected Performer. It is an online musical theater training school. So, Natalie, can you tell us just a little bit about what led you and Kevin to start The Connected Performer and what your mission is with it?
Yeah. So Kevin and I have both worked with other people in the industry over the years, and we love coaching. And about 2 years ago, well before the pandemic started, I went to him and I said, "Hey, I know that you teach voice and I teach audition coaching, and we both cross over into the other thing, but I'd really love to work with you." And so we started this company as an online musical theater studio before we ever imagined that everyone would want to take classes online. And so we started working with clients all over the country, everyone from students that are just getting out of school, who've just finished their BFAs or MFAs, all the way through to professional performers who have worked on Broadway and are touring and wanted a studio that they could take with them anywhere they went. So for our touring artists, it meant that rather than having to jump into a studio when they were out on tour, they could still work with us, keep their vocal health up to snuff while they were out on tour. And it meant that we could work with people that we wouldn't be able to if I were tied down to a studio, because I was touring at the time too. So I was all over the country and, singing with Sean. And while I was out on the road, it was like, well, how can I maintain my collaboration with my students? And it was to come online, which is now where we get to see all of you. So it was a fortuitous thing that we did this well before the pandemic. And we continue to work with students, like I said, all over the country. In fact, I have a student now, a young gal who is incredibly talented, who is in Switzerland. So we've got students all over the world. And what we really wanted to do was to create a safe space where performers could come in and not only work on technique, but also learn the business of the business. I am a huge proponent of relationship building and feeling like you are working as a person who gives rather than the person who's waiting to take all the time. And as a performer, that's really hard because we're sitting around waiting for jobs and we're auditioning and we never know how it goes. And so I want people to feel like they have more control over their careers. And so we saw where maybe schools weren't giving out that information as people were graduating or people were coming back into the industry after having been gone for a while. And it gave us a way to build our fellow performers up and make them feel good and make them feel like they were moving forward and give them some kind of accountability. And it's been a really special part of the last 2 years now. Wow. 2 years of my life.
Awesome. And so what inadvertently sometimes happens when you're working with your students on, being at the top of their professional game and vocal techniques and all of those things, is that sometimes you sort of kind of really break through and something bigger, much bigger happens. Sometimes you have students who actually will conquer real true fears, right?
Yeah, it's amazing how vulnerable you have to be in our business. It's a constant struggle to stay real and keep putting yourself out there when people are going to like you and some people aren't. And so we do try to be those people that are your constant cheerleaders. And I occasionally get the happy accident of working with clients that come to me and say, like, hey, here's the thing I really want to do. And I am able to push them in the right direction to get them past whatever that next phase is of what they want to do. And so I got a chance to do that with a very, very, very dear friend of mine who's also a client, not all that long ago. I guess it was only like a week or two ago.
I think it was just last week. Yeah.
Oh gosh, it was only last week.
Yeah.
Man, she's made such huge strides, even in just a week. It's kind of hard to imagine that it was only a week ago. That's crazy. That's crazy. Gloria Rice, I love you.
So what we're going to take a look at is sort of what happened, what transpired between you and Gloria in your own individual words.
That sounds great. Hey everybody, Natalie Cordone here from The Connected Performer. And I just wanted to share something really powerful that happened to me yesterday that I thought some of you might want to hear about. One of my very, very, very dear friends, who's also been a client, called me and we were talking about all kinds of things, and she eventually said, the thing that scares me the most.
I have never really, it's been a very big struggle to share music on the webs with people. It is a struggle. And I know I'm not the only one. It's a thing.
And so she had been sort of trying to, as she said, slay this dragon for a really long time. And so the more we talked, it was like, well, what are the things that keep you from doing it, right? And part of what that was the fear of having to be perfect. And that's what just keeps so many of us from doing so many things. And I know it's happened to me plenty of times. So what we decided to do was just to make a challenge of when can we go live, right?
So we were talking about it, and she was like, just do one. I think you need to do one by Friday. And I was like, yeah.
I said, okay, well, what if we do it by today?
And I'm like, yeah, sure.
And then I said, what if you just did it right now? Just went in your backyard and said to everybody, like, hey, this isn't going to be perfect. Just FYI, I haven't sung all morning, and I'm here in my backyard, and let's just do it.
Like, oh my God. I know some of you may not know that I can sing because I don't share it very well. So I'm gonna do it for no other reason. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high.
And she actually did. And I think what a lot of us forget is that we are bigger than any fear. We have all of the tools we need. One of my mantras is, I always have everything I need. And sometimes I don't believe it, but I say it to myself anyway. And she had everything she needed to go live. What she needed was a little push. She needed a little deadline, and she needed a whole lot of courage to say, I can do this.
If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't Natalie, I love you. Thank you guys. You have no idea how big of a dragon just got slain.
I love that she said that. And I love that that's how she felt, and that I could be a small part of it was kind of incredible, because really, when you do come up against things that feel really big and feel bigger than you, having people who support you and who collaborate with you to make them a reality is what changes things. So Sean, in his other life, I know that I'm getting kicked in the teeth a lot here for having an extra work husband, but he goes to work too. And what he does there is he does a ton of video producing. And so he just took, that was just a Facebook Live that I did after it happened for the Connected Performer. And then he took Gloria's Facebook Live that she did, and he just like beautifully put them together and provided that video to me as a gift. And it was almost better than roses, Sean. You can still send it.
Almost? All right.
Yeah.
I guess you're getting roses too then.
Yeah, baby.
Well, thanks for sharing that. I think it's awesome that, the work that you're doing, it actually is having a greater impact than what you even set out to do. And so our guest this evening has sort of doing sort of a similar thing, right? Making a great impact on people's lives. You want to tell us about who we got coming up here?
I do. So Hilary Russo is a very good friend of mine who I've known for longer than I'll admit to all of you. But I knew her back when she was a TV personality, anchor, broadcaster, and teacher. And she still is all of those things, but now she's also a wonderful health coach, and is the CEO, founder, extraordinaire, master coach at HIListically Speaking, where you can find her with her podcasts and all of the rest of the places that she's taking over the world. So we would like to bring on my favorite, Hilary Russo.
Tonight on Live with Cordone and Kilgore, host of the
Hilary Russo, HIListically Speaking, certified health coach, sharing some fantastic tips to stay on track.
It's gonna get a little loud.
Deciding which foods you want, because there's so many wonderful opportunities.
We are boosting our immune system today.
Yes, we are. So originally I was coming on to talk just about National Nutrition Month and foods that heal. But then with the wake of the virus, I think a lot of people would benefit from knowing the kind of immune boosting foods that we can put in our bodies.
Yeah. And doing that together with the havening touch, which is putting your hands together like we're so used to doing, like we're washing our hands, or giving yourself a nice hug. I mean, when's the last time you hugged yourself, right? Or even when we're not in this case of social distancing, you can even do it on your face.
Simply do this, and we can do affirmational havening, where you just mention like, I am happy, I am loved, I am safe. Or like when I was at Charles de Gaulle Airport in line for 2.5 hours.
I am calm.
I am calm. And people around me, there was so much havoc and upset, but it was like myself and this whole line of Buddhist monks were the only ones that were calm. Working out, she's doing every piece of her body is being used.
Godspeed. Hillary's having a hoot over here. Touchdown, come on. Godspeed. Touchdown. I guess it's crucial, dude.
And then you seal it up, and this is what you get. You know,
so the jerky has a kick. I just learned that because it comes
lime.
It comes at the end.
Oh goodness! How are you guys? I have my name in a marquee.
You do
that.
Your name in lights. You're a star. You're a big star.
Yes.
It's
Light
the
the
reason
lights.
why you moved to New York City. I know it is.
What's that?
I said it's the reason why you moved to New York City. We all know it is.
I just want my name in the marquee and lights, and it's all good, and then I can just go home.
I don't need to do a show.
Right? That's
Thanks for coming, everyone.
Thanks, guys. That's Hilary Russo. We'll catch y'all next week.
Yes.
We are
Hello.
so excited to have you here. And when we started putting together a lineup for our show, when we first began the thought of producing this, you were one of the first people that I said, oh, with everything that's going on, she is going to be such a bright, shiny light to all of our viewers and our audience. And I know that her people love her so much that she has so much to share. And I'm so excited that I know you from both sides of this, right? I feel like people kind of either know you as one or the other sometimes. And it's not surprising that you're good at everything, but it's so nice to see that you're still maintaining your on camera personality and that we get to see you all the time, and that you're doing this really vulnerable interior work with people. And it's kind of amazing that you're so good at both of them. So thank you for bringing both talents to us today.
Thank you, Nat. That means a lot to me. I love you both. Thank you so much. It is a blend of my passion and my purpose, definitely. And when people have asked me in the past, "Oh, so you've changed careers, you're doing this," I'm like, no. I've added to the toolbox. I'm blending my professional background of being in media for so many years and being able to use that as a platform to share health and wellness and inspire people to live well and be kind to their minds,
Yeah, I do. So talk to us a little bit about that. We won't call it transition, but that addition to your life. How did you find the health and nutrition and wellness havening industry? Talk to us a little bit about how that came to you.
Sure. So it's really been a part of my life, my entire life. I mean, I was a child that struggled with weight like many kids. I went to fat camp. I literally went to the fat camp that had the TV show after it. I had a father that was ill my entire life and always was on that kind of cusp of like, really wanting him to be healthy and trying to take control and not realizing I was a kid and I don't have control of a 40-year-old man, Yeah. And there was a lot of anxiety, a lot of feelings that I was dealing with as a kid. And I think I took that into my adulthood, but being healthy and trying to live a healthy life, even when I was at my lowest weight, even when I was feeling like the most fit I'd ever been, I might have not been healthy here. And this is really the most important muscle that you have to work. So that transition, that shift in my life actually happened gradually. I lost my dad at 29 years old to a massive heart attack in Schubert Alley, by the way, not to get depressed, but is that not the way to go? Seriously, I'm just saying, my dad knew how to go out and like he was on his way to go see Thoroughly Modern Millie. And I'm like, you know what?
Your dad is Bob Fosse.
I kid you not. It was right in front of the Booth Theater. And I think to myself, my dad had the best seat in the house. He didn't get to see the show like everybody else. He did it like an immortal world, So, when that happened, there was kind of a shift in my life. And I realized, I didn't deal with loss well. I wasn't dealing with a lot of upset and anxiety in my life. And I had kind of a couple years later, obviously being in theater and being professional in television for years, we have to deal with rejection. We have to deal with, which is another loss, right?
Yeah.
That's a loss. Everything comes back to loss and how we deal with it. And as I got older and then I got into, Daily Burn, which is the live streaming fitness show that you saw in the video, and then dealt with other loss like relationships, I realized I needed to make a change because this is my story. I don't have to live in this place. I have the ability to change the narrative. And that's where I went into integrative nutrition as a holistic health coach, got certified there. And then I kind of fell into the havening, which is the psychosensory approach that I use to help people alter their thoughts, moods, and behaviors and live powerfully and be kind to their minds,
Yeah. So I know that you mentioned a little bit earlier, we were talking about how it's so important to find ways to release some stress and to be more centered or to find ways to make this muscle do so much of the work that we're always trying to make our bodies do, right? But it can't do it without this, which is even what we just talked about with when I was talking to Gloria before, is that you can't conquer what's happening out here. How do you conquer what's happening? And there she is, of course.
Yes. Hi, Gloria. I saw that. I was so excited to see her. I haven't seen her in years. And you are so brave, girl. So unbelievably proud of you and conquering that and slaying that dragon. Keep doing what you're doing. Yeah.
So can you tell us just a little bit about what difference do you see health and wellness making in people's lives, especially during the pandemic? Like if I just sit down and conquer my mind, can I make a difference in the rest of my life?
Yes. Yes. In one word, yes.
One word, yes.
We have the power and we don't realize how powerful the tool of the brain is. Our amygdala, as we call her in the havening world, Amy, because we like to give her if we give her a feeling that she is something or somebody, treat her like a child, because the amygdala loves to go to fight or flight mode, right? Anytime we're triggered by something, we go to fight or flight. But if we treat her like we need to nurture her. It's amazing the change that can happen. And that's basically what happened to me. I mean, I don't just practice this with clients and help people overcome their fears and change the story and change the new narrative. I actually practice it every day myself. And the idea is that you don't want to think like way ahead of a huge goal. Start small, realize that you have to nurture the inner child. It always goes back to the inner child, those little fears, the things that we were told, if we were bullied, if we were not, the things that we just tell ourselves. It's the negative self-talk, which happened, I noticed, like what Gloria was talking about. And we all deal with that imposter syndrome. I'm not good enough. How do I know I'm better than this person? How can I share if somebody else might sing it better? It's really nurturing ourselves and realizing we have that ability. And it really just starts with the positive affirmations, the simple steps. And then of course, using Havening, which is a psychosensory approach based on neuroscience, it actually does alter your thoughts, moods, and behavior. It is putting your brain in what they call a delta wave state, which are very slow moving brain waves. And when that happens, it releases those chemicals we love when we're singing, when we're humming a tune, when we're working out, the oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine. Those are the happy chemicals. It's like brain candy, I call it. We want that, like eating an ice cream cone, right? So when that happens, you are changing the brain. You are really, the trajectory of things are changing without you even knowing it. So like with yoga, like with vocal exercises, you're able to work this muscle and make it stronger. And in time, it just becomes like a thing. You're just doing it without even realizing it,
So for those of us who, coming back to the connected performer, Kevin's always the like crunchy granola woo-woo one, right? And I'm always the like very grounded, like let's get things done one. For those of us that are in the let's get things done category, does this kind of technique and working on our minds, I know the answer for me, but is this something that we can do as like a type A personality who needs to see things in black and white? Can we still make this change?
Girl, I'm type A. What are you talking about? I'm like the perfect blend of my mom, who is out, out, everything's fine, we'll all be okay, to my dad, who was the attorney and the this is the way it has to be, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm like the perfect blend. And I'm telling you, I have the I work with, purpose-driven professionals. That's what I do. I get the high-powered clients. These are like the financial people that are working, the hedge funds, all the way down to just, the students that are having blocks in their mind. They can't study, to just performers. Actually, I have performers that come to me that get blocked and they can't choreograph a show, or they can't sing, or it's everybody, because it's electrochemical. It's not energy medicine. It's electrochemical. And I think a lot of people put it in a woo-woo category, but it's not. This is a process that was developed by two doctors, and it's based on neuroscience. So how can you beat that? Lots of work has been done on how the brain affects us, and we need to give credit to this one muscle that it's like sitting right there. We're like ignoring it a lot. You can't fight it. So it does work for the type A's.
And my wonderful
Aries
out there, right? Yeah. I said, and for my wonderful sort of type B's out there, my Seans of the world, who are much more open to like what's coming to them.
Yeah.
God love all of you. Thank you, Sean, for not being as type A as I am. So,
that's why it's a good balance. It balances
is. You are my perfect foil. Yeah. But obviously, for people who are into yoga, meditation, those things are still going to be good for us too, right? Like during this time, nutrition, these are things that, along with social distancing and all of the other things, hand washing, everything that we're doing, taking care of ourselves on a regular basis is super important. It's something that's very important to me. So I want you to just talk a little bit about, how do you think this is helping us during the times of pandemic to make ourselves stronger as like a self-care activity?
No, that's a really great ask. So, the thing is that we are being propelled into this age that we've never been in before. None of us have ever really witnessed this, right? And being forced to live a certain way, or be mandated by something, or just be in a house with 5 people and everyone's working, on school and work, and wanting to shoot someone through a cannon at some point because you have no space, right? And I haven't done that, but you're dealing with overwhelming an overwhelming thing right there with a lot of people in one space, or loneliness. I mean, it really impacts everyone. And the idea is that being able to self-soothe, which is what I love to talk about, the beauty of havening techniques is that it's not just a modality that I can work with clients in person. I can do it virtually, because what I share with clients right now that I'm not able to be in the room with them is that I teach them to self-soothe. And by doing that, I'm watching and facilitating and allowing them to have the tools to empower them to put the tools in their own hands. These are your hands. This is like this, and this works together with these pleasant distractions that you create. And that is where that altering happens. That's where the change in the brain happens, that retraining and reviving and then restoring and becoming your resilient self. So the more you do it, and just 5 minutes, Sean, 5 minutes sitting there and just sitting like, I am calm, I'm happy, I'm having a good day, I have a meeting coming up, I'm going to nail it, whatever it is. When you are taught the tools of self-soothing and self-havening, you have the power in your own hands to change the trajectory of things. And it's really unbelievable. So why not try something new? And it is a sense of meditation too. You know, I know you're big on meditation too, Nat, with yoga and whatnot and everything that you do, but you're really kind of practicing self-meditation. It could chill you out when you need it. It can calm you when you want to take a nap, you know, if you're having a hard time going to sleep. These are the kind of things that soothe your mind and slow it down, which is what the delta wave state is.
Okay.
In a lot of ways, you have actually, I'm sorry, so in a lot of ways, you actually have already addressed this, but this is our friend Brian, who joins us every week. He's a healthcare worker on the front lines. We have my sister and a couple other healthcare workers. You can see what he says there. He's, faced with it every day. He's overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And a lot of what you said, I think might be some good help tips, and might be answering this question. Anything and that you could add to what you've already told us?
Yeah, Brian, and those of you who are working frontline, I mean, thank you for all that you're doing. That's what I want to say first before I share anything. But I do have a number of healthcare workers I've worked with, people that were in it in the beginning, when things were really unknown. But every day, it's a day where you can sit back and just, before you go to work, or even if you're on a break and there's so much stuff coming at you when you're in the hospital setting, or the journalists that I work with as well. It's just taking a moment to sit back and breathe. And when you incorporate the breath, which is important, as we know, as performers and life in general, right? We need to breathe. When you take a moment to step back and just be witness to the now, and just be present. And if you're having an overactive mind and your amygdala goes to that place, like, I'm freaking out, just be like, I'm calm, I'm safe, I'm good, I'm great at what I do, I'm going to be healthy, I'm going to leave here, we're going to beat this. Put that into your state with the havening, which, we'll share. And it can really, really make a difference. All you need is a couple minutes of just stepping back. A lot of times we go into that panic mode, and then it's like a trickle down, and then you get stuck in this thing, right, that you can't get out of. It's all about stepping back and taking a breath first, and just being present. It's hard to do sometimes, but the more you do it, like I said, the easier it becomes.
Like anything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, speaking of getting good at it, I think we have to try it in order to get good at it, right? So Hil, will you take us through, Sean and I are definitely going to go through it. And any of you who are watching our Facebook and YouTubers, if you want to give it a try with us, we would love to invite you to do so and let us know how it feels when you're done, right? Give us a little something when you're finished. So Absolutely. We are ready to roll.
So what I want everybody to do, if you have a moment, always good to be in a place where you have a little privacy, no distractions around. I just want you to know what the three havening touches are first. So it's almost like you're washing your hands. We've been doing plenty of that in the last year. This is one of the havening touches. Then it's almost like giving yourself a hug. Your thumbs are on the outside. You're just giving yourself a nice hug and a nice press against your skin or your face if you're comfortable, which who doesn't love a good facial, right? This is where there's a lot of nerve endings. This is actually the most powerful place, I think. There's no one choreography. You could do arms, face, hands, but just continuously keep keep doing it, even if you switch back and forth, wherever it's comfortable. And so what I want you to do is I want you to start doing that. Just get comfortable in the whole havening touch, and then just close your eyes. And I'm going to guide you through this for a minute or so. And then we're just going to take a deep breath, and we're going to take a deep breath in as you haven. Do it on a 4 count or an 8 count, whatever's comfortable and organic to you. And breathe in that good positive energy. And then just release. And just take one more deep breath. And release. And then I just want you to kind of be witness to what is around you in your mind. We're going to go to like a place we call the neural garden. And maybe it's just a space that's like really special to you. Just imagine a place that brings you joy. Witness it in your mind, whatever it is, a vacation spot, or maybe it's home. Maybe it is taking a walk in a field or hiking a mountain, whatever it is. Find yourself in that space for a moment. Just imagine yourself as though you're looking at yourself, seeing yourself, witnessing yourself in this neural garden in your mind. And while you're there, just take a nice little walk. I'm going to count for you. I'm going to count to 5. And just kind of witness your feet walking in touch with the ground, part of the ecosystem and everything that lives below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on this 5 count, I want you to just take a breath in. And what is it you smell? What is it you smell around you? That joyful smell of whatever it is. And then release. And continue walking. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And in that neural garden in your mind, maybe there's a taste that you smell, that you taste. You know, when you have a smell and a taste together, what is the taste that's on your lips when you breathe in that air? Sit with that for a moment. And then we'll continue on. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And there's some feeling against your skin, that touch. What is it you feel? Is it a breeze? Is it the sand, the sun on your skin? Whatever it is, be witness to that for a moment. What is the feeling you have against the touch that you're feeling? Could be holding someone's hand. Continue on. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And what is it you hear? What is it, the sound that surrounds you that brings you joy, that calms your mind? I see a couple of smiles. That's good. And then take one more deep breath. And then on this deep breath, I want, in your mind's eye, I want you to witness what you see without even opening your eyes yet. What is it you see around you? What is the visual of this space? Take a deep breath in and maybe create a color that comes with it. Is there a color that comes to mind? And on this breath, when you breathe in, imagine that color going through your body and permeating through all the cells in your body. Imagine it going from the crown of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. That color is just enveloping you and creating an aura around you of a protective color. And then breathe in one more time. And release, leaving space for more positive energy. And whenever you're ready, just open your eyes to the room. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
What's new and good?
That was
So
lovely.
good.
That was the very short version, probably 5 minutes even. I don't keep track.
Yeah, maybe.
But tell me what you're feeling. What's new and good with you guys?
I feel very relaxed, very peaceful.
Yeah. What's a word that would come to mind, Nat?
Centered.
centered and peaceful. I would love to see what people say if they want to put in the chat too.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Tell me what you're feeling if you took part in it. A lot of times people come into this, they meet with me and their presenting issue could be anything. That's the great thing about havening is a lot of times many of us who have been to therapy and talk therapy, we are constantly re-traumatizing the brain by telling the same story over and over. The thing is with havening and working with me, you don't even have to share what the issue is. It could be something you keep to yourself. You can go to the garden in your mind. I mean, that's just one example. There's so many different examples of how I do this technique, depending on the person, depending on the situation, the week, whatever. Nothing is ever the same. And the beauty of it is that you don't have to share. But 100% of the time, and I have to say 100 because I've never had anybody not share. It's because it's based on trust and connection and just meshing with me, connecting with me, is that people do share because they want to get to the root of the issue and they want to feel good. That's really what it's all about.
Totally.
Yeah, you can sort of see how that could brings emotions to the surface. Definitely.
It does. So where it can be used for everyday upsets, like you saw in the video when I was standing in line at Charles de Gaulle Airport for 2 hours, and I was like, oh my God. I did havening, and I was like, I'm good. Oh, hey, Buddhist monks, what you doing? You're good too? I swear they were there. But then it can also be used for those traumas that happen in our lives, which I've used for both upsets and traumas. And a trauma to be identified there has to be an event that took place. There has to have a meaning to it. There needs to be a landscape around it. And there needs to be that feeling of inescapability. That's what actually designates a trauma, the encoding in the brain. But you have the ability to decode that. And that can happen really beautifully. It's almost like a jack in the box, how I explain it. So if say you're in a car accident and every time you pass by that location, you your hands start getting sweaty, your heart starts racing. Havening in that situation, if we were to haven that event, it's almost like the wire cutters when the jack comes out of the box. The jack still comes out. The box still opens when pop goes the weasel, right? But he doesn't pop out at you. It's more like, okay, this happened in my life. I can deal with this. Now let me figure out how I can work through this.
Amazing. Well, tell us a little then about how we can find you and how we can get a little, because you're giving all of our listeners today a gift, right? So we want to know how they can get that gift. Yay, Eliza! My favorite cat, Eliza.
Awesome.
So I had a dog named Eliza Doolittle. Hilary's got a cat who I lived with for a while named Eliza.
You did, and you're highly allergic.
Super allergic, and it was fine.
Which is why she loved you so much. She always loves the allergic people. Sorry, she came in a little early. She missed her cue, but I'm excited.
I have to say though that the two of you pop up on my TV on a regular basis on your commercial that you did together. So when you see Hilary and you're like, I know that cat. Well, now we know how. That's how we know. Eliza Doolittle.
Blue Buffalo cat food.
Oh, no way.
Regularly during the Jeopardy hour.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
for sure.
I am often on the television during the Jeopardy hour. I will be watching for it.
Know.
Anyway, to go back to what you were saying.
So you're going to give us all a gift. So tell us how we can find it.
I'm very excited to do this. So I am giving as a gift to those who are watching live with Cordone and Kilgore the opportunity to download one of my videos, which is about havening and resiliency. Because in life, we have the ability to be resilient. We just have to figure out how to put that power in our own hands. So it's a short demo, kind of like what we did, but maybe a little longer for you to have whenever you need it. And if you sign up for, there's a link where you can download the video. And then, of course, I also offer, and I highly recommend if anyone is interested in learning more about the work that I do in havening and how to be kind to your mind, to get in touch with me, because I offer free 30-minute discovery calls. And then we can see if we align. And, from there, anything's possible.
Amazing. So go visit all of Hilary's sites. Go to HilaryRusso.com. You can visit her on Facebook at Hilary Russo, Instagram, Hilary Russo with one L every time. Don't forget that. And she is just as creative as we are with Cordone and Kilgore on naming everything so that she's super easy to find.
I am.
How do they access the demo? Is it on the website?
Well, to access the video, it's just HilaryRusso.com/resiliency. And then you can download it. And if you have a problem, just reach out to me. I know sometimes it's like, wait, how does she spell her name? How do you spell resiliency? What's holistically speaking? I get it. It's okay. I'm here for you. So if you are interested, just let me know. Reach out to me. I'm on Facebook. I'd love to connect with you on social media, on Instagram and Facebook, Twitter, and just say hi, because it's all about connecting. It's all about aligning, and it's all about sharing this gift with you so that you can live powerfully.
Amazing.
Totally.
Thank
We
you
love
so
that.
much.
Thank you for your time tonight. Thank you for being here with us, for making us feel amazing. I know that you have some of your fans that have come to join us tonight. So for all of you out there who are just meeting us for the first time, thank you for sharing your Hilary with us. And,
Before you go, Dave, our friend Dave thought that we were giving everybody a cat. That's what he's like. We're all getting a kitty.
Well, that's
She does not leave me.
Hilary wrote, and you get a car, and you get a car. I'm sorry,
You get a car. But nobody gets the cat, please.
Yeah, I love it. Oh man. So
Thank you so much
again
for being
here. We're so grateful for your time and your talent, and we can't wait to see you on your site so we can come and get some more havening.
And I am so proud of you both with all of your all that you're doing. You're a joy, and listening to you both, and just love you so much. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Happy Valentine's Day. Hooray for
Happy
love.
Valentine's Day. We'll see
I
you
like
soon.
roses too.
I got it. I'm on it.
Got it. Oh,
all right.
that was so great. That was so much fun.
That was awesome. Very nice. All right. So we do encourage you to keep up with us and check out what's going to be coming up next week. You can do so, of course, always by, you can reach out to us via email at Cordone and Kill. I should probably put my glasses on for this part so I can see what I'm picking.
Live@gmail.com. That's how you can.
Yeah. Oh, and then the website, cordoneandkilgore.com, where you can do what, Natalie?
You can go and download our online version of Hooray for Love. So if you happen to miss it at the beginning, we would love for you to come and get our Hooray for Love show, which was originally produced at the Aventura Arts and Cultural Center, a beautiful theater, and they are partnering with us for this online version. So please come and join us. You can get your ticket just on our website at cordoneandkilgore.com. We hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of the week and that you come back with the Cordone and Kilgore Facebook and YouTube pages. Now you'll see us here next Monday and every Monday at 7:00. And next Monday, we are going to answer some of your burning questions about us, which we keep getting emails with people having questions. But until then, you can find us on our website. You can always email us at CordoneKilgoreLive@gmail.com, like Sean likes to throw up there. But now we are going to leave you. What do you say?
That's the one I like automatically go to. No matter, I can't even really see it from here, but it's good.
To all of you who have sent us notes, we're so grateful for you chiming in. We're going to leave you with one last song. To all of you who loved Hilary, I love her too. We want you to go find her on her site. But now we're going to leave you with one more song that is one of Sean's favorites. And I can't think of a better way to end right before Valentine's Day for this season.
See you guys soon. Have a great week, everybody.
Have a great week. Bye, you guys. Come on the show. Sing. It worked.
Had the time of my life. No, I've never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you.
'Cause I had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you.
For so long now, I finally found someone to stand by me.
Saw the writing on the wall, and we felt this magical fantasy.
you. Hey, baby. With my body and soul, I want you more than you'll ever know. So just let it go, don't be afraid to lose control. Yes, I know it's on your mind when you say, stay with me tonight. Baby, just remember, you're the one thing I can't get enough of. So I'll tell you something. This could be love because I've had the time of my life. No, I've never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. 'Cause I had the time of my life, and I searched through every open door till I found the truth, and I owe it all to you. Now I had the time of my life. No, I've never felt this way before. Never felt. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. I had the time of my life. No, I've never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. 'Cause I had the time of my life, and I searched through every open door till I found the truth, and I owe it all to you.